You've had thoughts you never told anyone. Fantasies you've pushed so far down, you no longer remember them. Images. Impulses. Scenes. Urges. They come in flashes, just before sleep. Or when you're alone. Or when you're watching someone walk by and your heart beats faster, for reasons you can't explain and wouldn't dare to confess. You call them wrong. But are they? You've been taught to silence these inner fires. To call them sin. To deny, suppress, erase. But what if those unspoken desires are not the enemy? What if they're the key? The truth is, the more you repress, the more you fragment. And the more you fragment, the more lost you become. This is the journey into your shadow. Into the hidden world of sexual shame, repressed desires, and the unacknowledged fantasies that haunt your dreams. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. But if you're ready to look into the mirror, and not flinch, then keep watching. You were trained to behave, to be polite, to stay clean, to keep it together. You learned to smile, to say the right thing, to pretend. But beneath that mask, something else was growing. Something raw, untamed. It started in childhood, when they told you, "Don't touch that." Or when your curiosity was met with punishment. And so, a division was born. You learned there were two of you. The version that's acceptable to the world. And the version that must be hidden. Jung called this hidden version the shadow. It's not just your anger or jealousy. It's also your lust, your curiosity, your darkest fantasies. The parts that don't fit the script of who you're supposed to be. You created the good boy, the nice guy, the perfect mask. But the one underneath? He never left. He's still there. Waiting. What happens to a desire denied? It doesn't disappear. It burrows. A repressed desire doesn't die. It waits. It becomes a dream you can't shake. A flicker in your eyes. A sudden tightness in your chest when you see someone who awakens what you tried to kill inside you. These urges, these unacknowledged fantasies, they're not random. They are psychic signals. They are the soul's attempt to speak the truth in a language society forbids. They are your unmet needs. The raw truths no one let you explore. And they're not evil. They're just you. The real you. Not the filtered version. The untamed one. The one who still believes in fire. Sexual shame isn't natural. It's constructed. It's handed to you like a family heirloom. Wrapped in religion. Coded in culture. Hidden inside education. You were taught. Sex is sacred, but only in marriage. Desire is dangerous unless it's controlled. Pleasure is a temptation, not a gift. You were taught to split your soul in two. One half public, pure, obedient. The other half wild, hidden, exiled. You became a stranger to yourself. You learned to look at your own body with suspicion. And worse, you learned to look at others with fear, envy, or objectification. It teaches you to live from the neck up, detached from your instincts, your flesh, your vitality. You don't become holy. You become hollow. And deep down, you know it. The shadow always returns. You can repress it, ignore it, moralize it, but you cannot kill it. Instead, it finds ways to emerge. You become addicted to porn, chasing a digital substitute for the intimacy you fear in real life. You sabotage relationships, caught between craving connection and fearing vulnerability. You hate the parts of yourself you see in others, and so you judge, condemn, withdraw. This is called projection. You don't recognize the shadow in yourself, so you see it. Out there. You say, "She's too provocative." You say, "He's a creep." But really, you're seeing your own reflection. And what you condemn in others is often what you deny in yourself. This is the unconscious mind's survival mechanism. But it comes at a cost, your wholeness. What if I told you your darkest fantasies are not your shame, but your compass? Every time you imagine something that shocks you, excites you, or frightens you, it's a flare from the unconscious. Not a literal instruction. Not something to act out blindly. But a psychological symbol. A metaphor for something deeper. The desire to surrender control. The longing to be desired without judgment. The urge to dominate not out of cruelty, but out of the need to feel powerful after a lifetime of powerlessness. These are archetypes. Myths. Psychological truths wrapped in sexual form. You don't need to indulge every fantasy. But you must understand them. Because if you do not own your desires, they will own you. Integration is not indulgence. Integration is awareness, consciousness, ownership. To integrate your erotic shadow, you begin by observing. You sit with your desires without flinching. You ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" You trace the roots. When did this desire first appear? What need does it speak to? You name the shame. And then, you reclaim the energy. You redirect it. This is called sexual transmutation. You take the fire once used for escape, and you use it for creation. You turn lust into presence. You turn craving into clarity. You become whole, not by being perfect, but by being honest. You stop hiding. You stop running. You stand in the heat of your own desire, and you don't burn. You become light. This journey is especially vital for men. Because in modern society, the masculine soul is either neutered, stripped of power, or hypersexualized, stripped of depth. True masculine energy is either. It is embodied presence. It is the man who knows his desire, but is not ruled by it. Who honors his fantasies, but doesn't collapse into them. Who understands that his shadow is not his enemy, but his buried genius. You are not a slave to lust. You are an alchemist. And your sexuality is not your weakness, it's your unrealized potential. You are not broken. You are not evil. You are not a pervert. You are a human being. Messy. Complex. Sacred. And your sexual energy is not something to erase. It's something to explore, to understand, to respect. This is not about becoming a monk. Nor is it about chasing pleasure without restraint. It is about wholeness. Shadow work is the path back to your true self. And your repressed desires? They're not your shame. They are the keys. To your art. To your passion. To your power. So go into the dark. Not to get lost, but to remember who you really are. So now you stand at the edge. You've seen what hides beneath the surface. The shadow, the shame, the desire. And maybe you're trembling. Maybe it's too much. Too raw. Too real. But this is what healing looks like. It's not clean. It's not sterile. It's wild. Erotic. Human. You were never meant to be a machine. You were meant to feel deeply. To burn brightly. To walk into the depths of yourself and return, not as a broken man, but as a whole one. The world does not need more men hiding from their shadows. It needs men who faced them, and lived. So remember this. Your fantasies do not define you. Your shame does not diminish you. And your shadow? That's just your soul in exile, waiting for your return. Go back and claim it. Because the fire you feared is the fire you need to become who you truly are.